Hey, everybody. Welcome into the building this Wednesday. It's October the 1st. October the 1st already. We're in the last quarter of 2025. I can't even believe it. I feel like the time just went by like that. But we're in the last quarter of 2025. Nice to see y'all in the building. If you're here, do the Diva a favor. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Diva's working, okay? So listen, people. I'm here with trending topics. The title is simple. It's called Decisions. Decisions. It's real simple. I see you out there. Vanita, hi. Katrina, thank you. Hey, Mom Dukes, okay? Praise the Lord. Y'all here in the building with the Diva. Just listen, people. I see y'all. I thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Listen, hit the like button. Let me tell you, tonight's trending topics is called Decisions, and I never heard of this particular rapper. From New York, from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, where Diddy is over there in the Metropolitan Detention Center. Okay? He from Brooklyn. He played guilty to the most. When I read this story to y'all, y'all gonna be like, what? He pled guilty to the most. Unaliving somebody. And guess how much time he's doing? 5 years. Not 11, not 20, 5 years. Then I think maybe he got 5 years of probation or something like that. But when I read to you what he did, and he pled guilty, so I ain't got to say alleged. He pled guilty. This is his words. He said, I'm guilty as charged, Your Honor. 5 years. And y'all want to come in my comments talking about Diddy should do 20 for some paying people. We're going to talk about it. And Diddy's not on the docket tonight. If you missed last night's show, you missed the show. But Mia wants to write a victim statement, or I don't know what her statement was. A statement to the judge saying, don't let Diddy out. You know, the Southern District of New York needs to stop. Now, I was one of the first ones over here that kept telling y'all that the whole thing was a circus. I said, get the popcorn, the cotton candy, the ringmaster. It was a circus. And they still trying to have a circus with Mia coming with her statement with all this other nonsense. But guess what? Mark is on the job. Mark is out there earning every bit of his dime for all his clients. He's on the job. He said pretty much Mia needs to go sit down somewhere. But he ain't on the docket tonight, man. We'll definitely be picking it back up on Friday. So we got today off, tomorrow off, and then Friday we will be talking about Diddy again. Now, no matter what time the verdict come in, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm still going live at 8 o'clock because I got things to do on Friday. But we'll talk about it. Y'all talk about it with everybody else before 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock on Friday, y'all got to come to the Diva because we're going to talk about this, whatever the sentence is. We'll talk about it. Now, listen, this teenager. See, you know what? They got a limit. You can't drink until you're 21. You can't buy cigarettes, right? I don't know, whatever. Oh, Diva, are you going to talk about Nicki and Cardi B? You know what, Emmanuel, I cannot. I can't even do it. That back and forth between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, finally, listen, if there was a battle, if anybody won, Cardi B dropped the mic. She won. She won. Hands down. That's what I'll say about it, Emmanuel. Nice to see you. Hands down, the argument between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, hands down, she won. She dropped the mic. You tweeting about somebody on your son's birthday, and anytime you want to talk about the kids, you go on gutter low. And you can say what you want about Cardi B, but Cardi B out there making the money. She getting the cash. She done told the people that you taking the substances. You talked about her kids, so she talked about yours. She told you to go get therapy. Cardi B won, period. So this team, let me go back. This team, yeah, Flip Nikki does fight with everybody. This team, he had a pow, 17. His girlfriend was 15. You heard I said was. He gonna tell the cops he accidentally pow to her. The judge didn't fall for the foolery. The judge said if it was an accident that you pow to her, why did you run away and leave her bleeding out on the ground? He tried to tell some story. Let me do a public service announcement for all the criminals out there in this day and age. You are a whole fool if you commit a crime because you're going to get caught eventually. You're going to get caught. Why? Because there are cameras everywhere. Why? Because everybody got a cell phone. Why? Because those cell phones are tracking us, and they're going to tell the cops at the end of the day if Diva was in her house at 8 o'clock at night, or if she was at the ShopRite, the supermarket, the Macy's, wherever. The phone is going to tell all my good business. And if the phone happens to miss something, my car is going to give the rest of the business. So he tried to tell some foolery story, but it just so happened when his girlfriend got pow by him, a bus was going by that records. In the story he said didn't add up with the footage they got from the bus recording. So now at 17, he's facing 60 years to life. You should have never had a pow in the first place for it to be an accident. So you say. But we're going to talk about it. And let's have this conversation. When will these basketball players, the professional ones, the NFL players, I guess we'll throw the soccer players in there, what will these athletes and these entertainers get and understand? If you're going to be in these streets, you need to use protection. Because these girls got a game, and a lot of them are winning at the game. Because for you to end up getting $35,000 a month, and all you had to do was house a baby in your belly for 9 months. And if you always want to be a mother, I don't suggest it, but this is what they're doing in these streets. You always want to be a mother anyway. So you go out there, you get yourself an entertainer or an athlete, you house the baby in your belly for 9 months, you give birth to the baby, and boom, you hit the jackpot. Some of these girls is getting $50K a month to raise their child, to raise their little one. So Brittany, her current order is for $5,500 a month. She said it ain't enough. And her baby daddy, I think he just got a $90 million contract. So she says she needs $35K a month. She says she's starving in these streets for $5,500. She needs $35K a month so her son can live in a similar like situation like his daddy's. That's a lot of money. Some people don't even get up. They don't even, their salary ain't even $35,000 a year. She won $35,000 a month. I don't know if she's going to get it. I don't know what the judge is going to say. But this is what he got himself into. And when you falling for the oldest trick in the book, all these men, 15 minutes, I don't even know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, what do you want to say, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour of fun, however long y'all did it, whatever y'all did, it's costing you $35,000 a month. If that's the way you want to give away your money, I guess that's the way you want to give away your money. Shannon Sharp. What was that relationship? A 2-year relationship or situationship cost him $20 million. $20 million. And Shannon Sharp, an old fool. That man's in his 50s. At that point, you should be teaching the younger people the game. But instead, you out here falling for the game just like they are. You have got to be stupid. Oh, yeah, I forgot, Flip, in $100 million contract. So it cost him $20 million of his cash, and he lost $100 million contract over some booty. You have got to be stupid. Listen. No. Now, listen, we can't make our kids do nothing. We can't force our kids to do anything. But my kid, I would be on his last nerve, and he would be hearing me in his sleep before he get ready to sleep with this girl. Do you want to give up your cash like that? I will be talking to my kid all day long. They're going to come for you. They're going to throw it at you. Don't open your social media. Don't open the DMs, because once you are exposed to the booty and the boobs and all of that, because these people don't have no problem sending pictures with nothing on. And after a while, you keep getting exposed to it. Next thing you know, you saying hi. Next thing you know, you at their house. Next thing you know, you giving $35,000 a month in child support because the judge is going to hit the gavel and say, you are the father. Don't do it. She won $35K a month. And then in most states, you may start out at 35, but then they do cost of living and all that. By the time the kid get 18, you probably giving $100,000 a month. Listen, people, I appreciate y'all being here. I done talked enough. It's time to bring the people on in the building. Y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a shoot. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Wednesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Decisions. We got this Sheff G, this rapper. Wait till you see what he did and what the sentence is. We got the teen that's about to face life in prison, and we got Brittany Renner. She said she won $35K a month to raise her kid. Hold on, let me bring the people on in. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Hey, panel. Hey, Chat.
Hey, Julius.
Hey, y'all. And Onika, be on your best behavior and stop with the clownness, okay? Okay, bye.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this first story. I might as well do this, Sheff G. We might as well kick it off right out the gate. Hold on one second. Let me share screen. Let me make sure. Okay, here he is. Here he is. Here's his story. Hit the like button, people. So, a New York rapper who joined Trump at a campaign rally sentenced to 5 years for attempted unaliving. Okay, there he is. He was hanging with Trump. So, New York, a New York rapper who joined President Trump during a campaign rally last year has been sentenced to 5 years behind bars after he admitted he used earnings from his music career to fuel gang violence in Brooklyn. Sheff G, whose legal name is Michael Williams, also must serve 5 years of supervised release once he's freed under the terms of the sentence imposed Wednesday. He and the judge. Oh, now we can make deals with the judge? Well, Diddy better talk to the judge, and I did hear Diddy is going to talk to the judge, but anyway, he and the judge agreed on the sentence when the rapper pleaded guilty earlier this year to attempted unaliving and conspiracy. Prosecutors wanted a 20-year prison term. The defendant had talent and opportunity, but chose to use them to fuel violence instead of building a better future, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez said after the sentencing. The 27-year-old rapper, whose songs and videos have millions of YouTube views and Spotify streams, was among those arrested in connection with a long-term investigation into gang-related shootings in Brooklyn. The allegations of violence against Sheff G had already been made public when he appeared with Trump on stage in May 2024. More than 30 purported members of the 8 Trade Crips in the street gang affiliate, the Nine Ways Gang, have been indicted. 23 have pleaded guilty to various charges, while 7 cases are still pending. Among those charged was Tegan Chambers, a rapper known as Sleepy Hollow, who also appeared on stage with Trump, and Sheff G during the May 23, 2024 rally in the Bronx. Chambers was sentenced last week to a year in jail following his guilty plea to a conspiracy count. He got 1 year, conspiracy count. A spokesman for Trump's campaign was asked at the time about whether the campaign knew about the charges and whether it was the former president who sought the rapper's support or the other way around. As Sheff G said, they always whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Campaign spokesman Stephen Chun responded. Prosecutors have said Sheff G showered money and jewelry on gang members as they battled rivals in Brooklyn. They said the rapper acted as a gateway driver on at least one occasion, chauffeuring 3 co-defendants to and from a 2021 shooting that targeted a rival but instead hit 2 bystanders. Sheff G even treated gang members to a lavish dinner at a Manhattan steakhouse to celebrate a 2020 shooting that unalived the purported rival gang member and injured 5 others, according to prosecutors. Surveillance videos, social media posts, text messages, and more evidence document the criminal activities. And the 2 rappers also boasted about their misdeeds in their songs, Gonzalez office said. Sheff G's lawyer, author, didn't immediately respond to an email seeking comment on Wednesday. He said previously that the plea deal was in the best interest of everyone involved. Sheff G and Sleepy Hollow were among the notable names Trump tooted during his campaign stops as he worked to woo Black voters on his way to reclaiming the White House. The story corrects an earlier version that describes Sheff G as having reached a plea deal with prosecutors in the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. He and the judge agreed on the sentence over the objection of prosecutors. So he did the most, and he's getting 5 years behind bars and 5 years probation. And y'all want Mr. Combs, you flip the script, he should have got a RICO. Talk about it. That's a real RICO for you right there. But y'all want Sean Combs to do 20 years, and this man right here did the most, and he got 5. Felicia, your thoughts?
Hey, Diva. Good evening, everybody. Hey. It's October 1st.
Come on now.
You're reminded to protect your resources, all of them. Your good health, your wealth, your family, your shelter, your peace of mind. Keep them a priority. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a tough 8 weeks ahead. Now, let's talk about Sheff G. You know what? Sounds like he knows how to show people a good time. And we know that the current president loves a good time. He loves a good steak dinner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes going to nice steakhouses and things like that. And he also likes when you show up for him, right?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Because you did a piece, I think, and I don't want to say I think it was it Snoop Dogg who did a little thing for him?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So he likes when the rappers show up and do stuff like that. So I'm not saying that your story said it or I got any kind of inside information, but would I be surprised if I heard that somebody from Donnie J's office called the judge and said, work with Sheff G. See what he want to do, what he think is doable. Because all what you just read that the Brooklyn DA said he did, and yes, can we get a shout out for some RICO charges, some racketeering? Okay, because we didn't get none of that. He got a sweet deal. He got 5 years and what was the other? Supervision, but we didn't hear monitoring, drug testing, anger management, all of this other stuff. No, 5 years, and maybe he got, I don't know if he was incarcerated prior to his sentencing, but if he was, he probably got time served.
Well, no, he got to do 5 years behind bars, and then the other 5 years is going to be probation.
Yeah, but was he in the jail already?
I don't think he was. And listen,
oh my goodness!
Him and the judge agreed on this. They shook hands. He said, "You want to do 5?" He said, "Yeah, I'll do 5."
Yeah, that sounds okay.
The judge probably said, "Can you do 5 probation after that? Because this is serious stuff." He said, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Yeah, that's how it went, Diva. You did good. That's how it went. And because we supervision could be me and you watching Sheff G. This is BS, man. It's nonsense.
Out there in Brooklyn.
It's only a bridge ride over to the Southern District of New York. So this imbalance, these inequities, they're all in our faces, and we stay in our feelings. Folks, get into the facts. Look at what's really happening out here and where we're going in terms of this economy and what more we're going to see. But I'm done, and thank you.
That part. Thank you. Julius, your thoughts?
Y'all forget to include the buffet line. They probably went to the buffet line, chopped it up over a nice seafood ball. That's what they probably say. Yeah, you do 5 days. You could just do like a month of community service with a $500 fine. You'd be good. It doesn't surprise me he's not gonna do any time.
He's doing time,
but not much. He basically got a slap on the wrist, even though he's doing like 5 years. I'm just being sarcastic, but yeah. We all know how the justice system runs, and especially if you know what John Cousteau, best guy in New York, you shake my back, I shake your back, just that.
Thank you. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, Diva. He ain't gonna do no 5 years. What ain't gonna happen if they're gonna put him in there? He probably do a year or a half, and they're gonna say he's getting out on good behavior because the prison system is all overcrowded. Just think about it now. Yeah, they're gonna say 5 years. Like, what judge ever agreed to somebody you making the decision? The judge said, yeah, well, that's the judge Puffy should have had. But I don't think he's gonna do them 5. He probably gonna do a year, if it's a year. Ain't gonna get out on, they're gonna say good behavior and all that crap, and then they're gonna say time served, it's over with and done. And with the probation, okay, like Felicia said, there's nothing about monetary, because when you're on probation, you have to pay monthly to the probation officer. You have to see your probation officer every month. So we ain't hear nothing about that. So he's gonna be out fancy free and floating around like he ain't did nothing. And you got to realize he was endorsing Trump. Trump needed them to do what he needed to get done. And so they needed Trump to do what they need to get done. It was a hand washing a hand. He wanted the black votes. He brought the rapper with the gold teeth and everything. I feel like a felon. I feel like a black person too because I'm a felon. Oh, please. You're a felon because you're a felon for doing the things that you did. But like I said, that guy ain't going to spend that long, 5 years in no prison. You'll see what I'm saying. But that's all I got, Diva.
Well, yeah, they were smart to go because it got them. They all pled guilty because they knew they was going to be able to talk to the judge anyway. Because one of them only got a year. Callie, your thoughts?
I think that this dude is the gangster that people want to believe that he is. This is a whole gangbanger. And it's not funny, but I'm like, you did all that and you probably gonna serve maybe 2 years. I've known people get more time for that than getting into a fight, especially if they're gang affiliated. What in the world? And I don't know what kind of affiliations you have if you're doing stuff all the way in New York and you affiliated with a gang here in Los Angeles. That, to me, is like you just doing stuff all around the country at that point. This is crazy. I don't know who paid this judge off or if the judge probably is involved in this little scheme himself. But it's something real fishy about this whole thing. Now, I'm not just trying to just throw people in jail, but it's like, really? This is all the time they're giving you? Okay. But we've seen Stranger. I don't know what else to say here at this point. Do I think that Trump has some influence here? 47 has some influence here? Probably. Or maybe it's just that you think like me. You know what I mean? Like maybe this judge is like, you and me, we on the same page, so I'm going to be soft on you. Who knows?
I think 47, listen, he a smart thug. He just happened to luck up that Trump was running for president again, because they said when he went on that stage and he was talking for Trump, he already had the charges against him. So he a smart thug. He was like, Trump needs somebody, I'm on my way. He came in, he brought the homies, because he had a whole lot of co-conspirators. And they said, yeah, we did it. Guilty. And then next thing you know, him and the judge, they came to agreement. Not the defense lawyers and the judge. Him and the judge came to an agreement. And he was like, cool, I'll do 5 years. What's 5 years? Whatever. He took the people to a steakhouse to celebrate somebody not being here no more. We're going to move on. This team, violence is terrible. And it's sad. This teen, he told some convoluted story, but the judge wasn't having it. Let's take a listen.
Tonight at 9, the Milwaukee teen missing for more than a month, found shot to death, and the accused killer, her boyfriend.
He made his first appearance in court today. Fox 6's Bria Jones is here with the key evidence detectives say points to him. Bria?
That's right, Ted. Investigators say the suspect in this case changed his story multiple times, but what's consistent, timestamp surveillance videos pulled from a county bus passing by at the time of the shooting.
No matter what happened, this is a tragedy.
In court for the first time, 17-year-old Javier Smith.
But he's a very young man. He has no record whatsoever, violent or otherwise.
Until now, he's accused of killing his 15-year-old girlfriend, Azoria Jones.
They're very serious. She got shot once in the chest sufficiently enough to kill her.
The shooting happened near 76 in Silver Spring around 10:30 p.m. on September 21st. Detectives say Jones was found bleeding out on the sidewalk. Witnesses told police they heard a shot and saw a male running away. Prosecutors say that was Smith.
The defendant first denied entirely that he shot her, eventually admitted he did.
According to the criminal complaint, Smith told officers he saw someone he recognized in a car and thought the person was going to, quote, bust it down, so he put his gun under his arm and it went off. However, detectives say MCTS bus video that captured the shooting does not show the car Smith described.
It's clear that this was an accident. This was not anything he meant to have happen.
Because if this was, in fact, an accident, and he made a mistake and shot his girlfriend, then you don't leave her side.
Instead, police say he ran to his grandmother's house and told her someone else had shot Jones. He was arrested 2 days later at his aunt's house.
I know people are going to say, he's young, he panicked, he didn't know what to do. That's what you got to live with, though, after you make those decisions.
Detectives say Smith also admitted to getting rid of the gun, but gave different stories about where he put it. Smith is charged with first-degree reckless homicide and possession of a dangerous weapon under 18. His bond has been set at $100,000 cash. Ted?
Bria Jones in the newsroom. Thank you.
Super sad. Let me share screen again. So Milwaukee fatal shooting, teen charging girlfriend's death and the bond is set. So Javier Smith, 17, is charged with first-degree reckless homicide and weapon possession in a fatal shooting of his 15-year-old girlfriend, Azaria Jones. Prosecutors say Smith changed his story multiple times, but bus surveillance video captured the shooting and contradicted his claims. A court commissioner set Smith's bond at $100,000 cash, and the case remains under investigation. So, a Milwaukee teen missing for more than a month was found shot to death, and prosecutors say her 17-year-old boyfriend pulled the trigger. What we know, the accused is Javier Smith. He made his first court appearance on Monday, September 29th. That is him. He has been charged with first-degree reckless homicide with the use of a dangerous weapon and possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. The backstory: Smith is accused of killing 15-year-old girlfriend Azaria Jones on September 21st near 76 in Silver Spring. Prosecutors say Milwaukee County Transit System bus surveillance video captured the shooting around 10:20 p.m. and contradicted Smith's explanation of what happened. Detectives say Jones was found bleeding out on the sidewalk. Witnesses told police they heard a shot and saw a male running away. The use of a gun while walking down the street with his 15-year-old girlfriend, she got shot once in the chest. Additionally, enough to kill her, said Assistant District Attorney Greg Herman. According to the criminal complaint, Smith had first denied shooting Jones, but later admitted he did. He told officers he thought someone in the passing car was about to bust it down and claimed his gun went off when he put it under his arm. Detectives said the bus video does not show the car Smith described. What they are saying, he's a very young man. He has no record whatsoever, violent or otherwise, said defense attorney Christopher Donovan, who argued the shooting was an accident. It is clear this was an accident. It is not anything he meant to have happened. He was cooperative with police. Court Commissioner Barry Phillips questioned that account. If this was in fact an accident and he made a mistake and shot his girlfriend, then you don't leave her side, Phillips said. When the cops come, you say, I made a mistake and did this. Police said Smith ran to his grandmother's house and claimed someone else shot Jones. He was arrested 2 days later at his aunt's house. I know people are going to say he's young, he panicked, he didn't know what to do, Phillips said. That's what you got to live with after you make those decisions. Detectives say that he also admitted to getting rid of the gun, but have conflicting stories about where he put it. What's next? Smith's bond was set at $100,000 cash. He's due back in court on Thursday, October 9th for a preliminary hearing. He's facing more than 60 years in prison if convicted. Oh my goodness. Felicia, your thoughts?
Listen, Diva, I got so many thoughts. The people gonna get mad. They're gonna say, take her ass off this panel. We don't want her back. Okay? Because I'm straight up angry. First of all, is this a minor, the girlfriend?
Yes, she is 15, and she seems like she was a runaway, missing for a month.
Correct. She's a minor. He's only 17, so he may legally be considered a minor as well. And he has a pow-pow that he's walking around with and carrying. Based on the story you just said, that you just read to us, he went to his grandmama's house and his aunt's house. Not his mother's house, not his father's house. His parents may not be living, but if they are, he didn't go to them. And he is technically overall considered a minor, a young child. He tells one story, but he didn't know that the bus recorded him. And his behavior. So he lied. So he's a liar. He's a known liar.
Oh, my God.
I need him to know that we value him. And I need him to do better. The other day you ran that clip. That young man got 20 on top of 20 plus another 25 and another 5. And so we know his life is gone. It's done. Okay, maybe he gets out at 50. He's finished at 50. But this kid, maybe he can be rehabilitated. I don't know what should be done for him. But he needs a whole infusion of rebuilding, of reconstructing, because so much is wrong with this story. And the statement that if it were a mistake, why would you leave her side? You left someone else's child to die on a dirty sidewalk like they had nothing. They had no value, no love, no life to live. Femicide is on the rise in this country. I am begging all of you young, beautiful, talented, not so beautiful, hardworking, resourceful women to stay away from these predators. Somebody with you got a pow and they're not legally in law enforcement. Please leave them alone. Anyone who offers you any kind of substances, legal or illegal, walk away. You are worthy of better. 15 and 17. 2 lives gone. I'm done.
Julius, your thoughts?
Diva Wayne is backstage.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Whew. So he tried to say it was an accident at first. But what I want to know is why'd you run? Why'd you run, Hot Bo? Then when you got to Elder Mother, the Empress, why did you tell her a completely different tale? Because you knew the Empress was gonna get on that behind if she knew exactly what. But you still chose to run again, and you was found at Auntie's house. Okay, Heartbone. You made a series of choices. Yes, you still may be below the age of 18. But you still made a series of choices that has now cost you to be locked up for basically your whole life. And this young woman is no longer in this world. And you have caused her family profound grief. Over what? So I'm going to say this. I think there's more to this story. Because something tells me it wasn't exactly an accident. Diva, so if you don't mind, please stay attuned to this story.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, I feel like Felicia. You know, there's still a lot of value, you know, in this young man's life, even though what he did was cruel, you know, but he's a minor. He don't need to be gone away until he's, you know, there's nothing left of him. You know, I hate that he did something like that. I'm sure the judicial system is going to give him whatever they give him. And, you know, if you get caught up in your feelings, you know, and that, oh, he get life, you can throw the key away, all this kind of stuff, you know, that's not reality. Reality is 20 years, 25 years, going to be a grown man. And hopefully, whatever they give him, okay, he paid, that's what prison's for. You pay your debt to society. Okay, some get long, some get short. Some deserve it, some don't deserve it. I'm not going to say what he deserves, but he still has some value to his life, even though he took a life. That's it.
Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts is, how old was this girl again, Diva?
She's 15.
Okay, she 15 years old, and she been missing for a month. Nobody knew where she was. Her mama didn't know where she was and where she was living at. Because wherever she was living, they was harboring a teenager that was a runaway. So I'm not getting this. And then, as we said, these kids can get these pow-pows, but they can't get alcohol or cigarettes or anything like that. But they got the means to go out and unalive somebody. This is crazy. This is so messed up. This is not making sense. This world is going entirely crazy. The facts are off. And I'm still under the pressure, like, what happened to this girl parents? Like, she's been missing for a month, and now you found out that she's unalive. So did y'all do all y'all could do to find her? Is she in the same state? Is she in the same neighborhood? This is crazy. And where was she staying? She's 15 years old. So somebody had to be giving her money or something, because how in the world unless she's working a job, but she can't work that many hours because she's 15. So how was she providing for herself, and who was providing for her? Was she staying with this boy? Did she say she wanted to go home and he didn't want her to leave and then unalived her? This is weird. And, y'all saying that, he deserved a second chance or whatsoever. But if she wanted to leave, we don't know the circumstances of the relationship. And then again, why would you want to hang around him anyway? Because he thought the ops was going to come up there and unalive him. That's the story he was coming out with.
Come on now.
He said the car was coming. So he must be a gangbanger or something is out there that he doing. He ain't got no business, because he said it was an op. So why are you saying that? It's you want to feel sorry for him, because it's a hard knock life. But I'm thinking that he didn't want her to leave. She probably said she was going home or whatsoever. And he probably out there slanging and banging, giving her money and stuff. And she didn't want it no more. So he unalived her. That's how I see it. But maybe I'm wrong. But that's all I got.
Diva, can I ask you a quick question?
You
said Silver Spring. Is that Silver Spring, Maryland, or Silver Spring, Florida?
I don't know where. I would have to go to it. But let me do this. I'm coming to you, Callie. You took a life. And like the judge said, it was an accident, but you leave your girlfriend on the ground to bleed out. Callie? Callie, are you there? Okay, I don't know what happened to Callie. Maybe her mic's not working or whatever, so we're going to move forward. This is sad. I'm sorry he got to do the time. Sorry, not sorry. You left your girlfriend out to bleed to death. And it's sad the amount of children who have parents who just don't care. You got this young lady with her parents, and you got Celeste Rivers. Callie, your thoughts?
Or I don't believe this was an accident. If I actually believed this was an accident, I would agree with Wayne. I think he went into a fit of rage and he did this. I don't think that this was an accident. They did not see another car passing him. So his whole story just doesn't even add up. I think that he, after he did it, he tried to come up with this story. I don't believe it. I think he did it because maybe they were arguing. He might have just got mad about some little thing. There are a lot of men, young and old, really, that have this anger and this hatred toward women. And I think it's a societal problem. I think that there are a lot of things that are going on in our society that are conditions, essentially raising men to hate women. And this is a problem. I'm sorry. I don't think this was an accident. I think he got mad and he did it and came up with the story after the fact. So if they gonna give him 60 years,
Excuse me, Callie. What does that sound?
I don't know. I think it's coming.
Mute. Is it me?
Yeah, it might be. Just Callie, go back out and come back in. But you're talking good stuff. But go back out and come back in because there is something. I was trying to figure out what it was.
Do you still hear it?
No, not now.
Okay, it's the earbuds because I have too many devices. It's probably
Oh,
just connect to another thing in my house.
oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Because I don't think that there's anything that exists to rehabilitate him. Like, I really don't even think that we're even at a place where we understand that this is a problem as a society yet. It's almost like these men need to be deprogrammed. And a lot of it is not only the rap music, there are other things too. Some of it is the rap music, some of it is social media, some of it is, there was even, I think, a movie about this on Netflix where this little boy had essentially been brainwashed to hate women, and the parents are like, what is wrong with him? Why is he acting like this? I kind of feel like that's what happened here. He just got real mad and he did it and later came up with the story.
Mm-hmm.
If in that state, the law is the norm that they give people 60 years for unaliving someone in cold blood, it kind of is what it is. I mean, I understand he is only 17. He is not an adult. That is a very harsh sentence to give to a minor. But at the same time, I don't know if anything exists to rehabilitate him. Like, we would have to depend on him coming to the resolution of his own through his own guilt to say that I need to change the way that I think and the things that I've done, and I feel bad about this. From his actions of him running away and leaving the girl there, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, to me, this is why I'm not a judge. Whatever the judge said.
Whew. All right, we're gonna go ahead and roll into this last story. Child support is child support. She won $35,000 a month. She currently gets $5,500 a month. Let's get into this last story. Hold on one second. So basketball-wise, Brittany Renner demands $35,000 a month in child support from NBA star ex-PJ Washington. Former basketball-wise star Brittany Renner pleaded for her child support payments from NBA star PJ Washington to be drastically increased due to a financial situation after the reality show checks stopped coming in. Us Weekly can exclusively report. In court documents filed in Los Angeles, Renner 33 demanded that the child support from Washington 27 increase from his current $5,500 a month to $35,000 a month. Renner in Washington became an item in 2020, and she revealed she was pregnant in 2021. In her documents, Renner says she moved to California with their son, Paul III, in November 2024 for work. She said Washington agreed to move because he had already left North Carolina, where they were living, for Texas. Renner said the child support was based on North Carolina expenses. She says she cannot afford a high cost of living with only $5,500 a month. She said Washington has exercised less than half of his visitation time. She also pointed out Washington recently signed a $90 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks, while her main source of income was basketball-wise, which she said has ended. I'm struggling to make ends meet, and I cannot provide Paul III a life anywhere similar to that of his father, she said. She wrote, to put in perspective how ridiculous current orders are, current child support payments will comprise 0.30% of Washington's monthly income. This is less than 0.5% of what Washington earns. She told the court that Washington and his wife boast their opulent lifestyle online. She said they live in a 7,304 square foot mansion in Texas. They have multiple luxury vehicles, constantly post their designer shopping clothes, and boast about luxury vacations. They also constantly post their children wear designer clothes. Renner said, in contrast, I live in a humble Airbnb rental in West Hills and shop for poor clothes at Target. She said during their relationship, she lived with the NBA star in a nice 6-bedroom house in North Carolina. She said she initially moved in with her mom after the breakup. She moved to Los Angeles in late 2024 for Basketball Wives, but was last paid in June. I'm currently earning no study income other than the child support, she claimed. She added, given Washington's financial situation, I believe Paul III deserves to share in his father's station in life. Currently, our home in West Hills is fine for me. However, I do not believe it is good enough for our son. I wish Paul III to live in a home similar to that of his father and his half-siblings. Renner added, I enjoy the Valley, but I would like for Paul III to live in an upscale neighborhood like Calabasas. She said the $35,000 would be used for clothes, education, a home, travel, and entertainment. Washington wife constantly posts about her designer clothing and designer handbag collection. She has at least 10 Birkin bags, Renner added. In an income and expense declaration, Renner revealed she was pulling in around $10,000 per month when she was filming Basketball Wife, but she currently makes no salary. She says she had $81 in cash in the bank. Renner's lawyer, Patrick, tells us, every child deserves the best opportunities life can afford them. For nearly 100 years, California courts have consistently maintained and fostered the principle that the duty of a parent does not end by providing mere necessities of life if he or she is able to afford more. On countless occasions, courts have explicitly established that a child is entitled to be supported in a lifestyle and condition consistent with the position in society of his parents. Although I cannot comment on the specific nature of Ms. Renner's filing, I can assure you that all steps taken by Ms. Renner are in the best interest of her child, are in line with the laws of the state of California. She wants $35K, Felicia, because the other half siblings are living large. The new wife is living large, and she wants to live large. Felicia, your thoughts?
Listen. Yeah, people have their preferences and their choices. I've listened intently to what you read to us. I agree with her that her child deserves what his father can provide, how he raises and provides for his other children. So she should give up full custody to the father so he could go live with his father in that luxury house with the 10 Birkin bags, with the vehicles, with the educate. What she said, she liked Calabasas, right? That's where she want to go. He could be there, and she can visit, or he could visit his mother in the Hollywood Hills, because we know Cali up here, so she California expert girl. She should have went first, but he can go visit his mother on the weekend and eat the McDonald's and go to a movie or something, and he can go back and have the lifestyle that his mother prefers, desires, and demands for him, because she mentioned nothing about love. She mentioned nothing about being protective or care or kindness or value or relationship. She wants that stuff for him. That's what she wants. You give up custody, let him go live with the father and the half siblings and his stepmama, and you could stay there in the Hollywood Hills, and he can come visit you. And I'm not kidding about what I'm saying. Because if she is lamenting and angry about what he doesn't have in terms of that stuff, that's going to make him less than, unworthy, unsuccessful in life, he needs to go live with his father.
I appreciate
it. It's a sad day. That's all.
Thank you, Felicia. Julius, your thoughts?
Yeah, this chick is nauseating, and I'm gonna tell you why. She complains about everything. She did that when she was on the show, and I was like, yeah, you're a snooze fest. There's one thing throughout the article. She's like, I only have this to my name. Girl, you were on a reality show, and you mean to tell me you did not start a side hustle, build up your credit, capital, and collateral to branch off? Case in point, for example, look at Miss Fabulous Tammy Roman. She said, ladies, thank you for a great season. I am done. Blessings to you all. Put the deuces up and kept it pushing. And where is she today? Flourishing. You mean to tell me you didn't even have a side hustle? You depended on this man to pay your bills, but yet you was on the show. Girl, miss me with your foolery.
Callie, your thoughts?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't watch Basketball Wives. I had completely forgot this girl existed until she popped up wearing this burqa and all of this other weird stuff that she has been doing. I do know and personally have close friends that are going through divorces and custody battles and things like that. She better hope they don't take her kid away. I don't know what lawyer she has that wrote that nonsense up, but Felicia is right. She sounds like they made her sound like an unfit parent. And she really better hope that he does not get a really good attorney and just come and take that kid. She better hope that he has a heart not to do that, or maybe his wife doesn't want the kid. Because I'm telling you right now, she really has fallen into a trap. And this is why you have an attorney, so that you don't do things like this. She has really set herself up to get that kid taken away from her. Now, one thing that I will say, this ain't no money to him. This is nothing to him. And if this is all she wants, and if he don't want to take care of the kid full time, this is nothing to make sure that his kid is safe and living a good life and have the best advantages in life. This really is not a lot of money to him. Now, if this was a person with less money, I would feel differently. Like if she was asking for like half of his income or something. But this is not a lot of money to him at all. And I know that people don't want to hear this reality, but people that come from money typically do better in life. They just do. I've worked with these people. I've seen the advantages that they have. I've seen how they're able to get further than me without even trying. The social capital they have because of the neighborhood they grew up in, the school they went to. It just, I'm sorry, it does provide advantages in life. I think a lot of people don't like Brittany because she tried to create this narrative as though, oh, I trapped this guy to get a check. But from my recollection, this narrative didn't come about until the man cheated on you and dumped you. So it kind of sounds like she just made that whole thing up to save face. And I think if that guy wanted to be with her, she would still be with him to this day. I don't think she had some master plan to trap him to get a check. I think it was all BS, just like her running around with that burger on. She's tried things to get in the media. She was I think like a fitness model or something. That didn't work out. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know anything about this situation except that incident I saw that happened between the mom and the wife at the handoff and all of this stuff. It's a very contentious, toxic situation, it seems like. I don't know anything about the other side. I don't know anything about this dude and his wife. We cannot just assume that these are great, wonderful people. It's a known thing. Cinderella was written in the 1600s that kids get abused in these type of situations all the time. So I just honestly think you made the kid with her. You didn't use protection. The child is here. Unless he is in danger living with his mom or not being taken care of by his mom, just write the check and keep her quiet so she can go away and sit down. And people can say whatever they want to say about Nick Cannon, But them baby mamas is in Calabasas. You know, so it is what it is, you know. She shouldn't even have to ask. Like, this is such a small amount of money to him, especially when he told her it was okay to take him to California, because I think they have shared custody. So I think she can't even take him out the state without his permission. So it's like you kind of signed off on this. And then you also signed a new contract. Typically, when your income goes up, your child support payments go up. See, I'm not speaking from a place of, oh, I don't like Brittany, because I don't even know nothing about Brittany like that. I'm just speaking of a place of, look, the kid is here. Either you're going to take the kid from her because you feel like he's not being taken care of, or you're going to pay her to sit down and shut up and go away and make sure the kid is well taken care of when he's with her. All of this stuff about he shouldn't have to, this ain't nothing to him. This is like she said, like the 0.5% of his income. This ain't no money to him. He should have used protection. I don't care how young he was. There's a lot of young men that are sexually active that don't get girls pregnant. So, you know, write the check. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Wayne?
I don't even know this woman, and she's delusional. This is ridiculous. If you wanted all that, if you didn't get it when you went to court and settled, then why you want to get it now? If you need those things, if you want to move back to where you could afford it, you said you can't afford it no more. Okay? It's not his fault that you're not on Basketball Wives. She using that kid as a pawn. Okay? This man, he earned this stuff. And why she think, you know, after the divorce and everything settled, that she should be living like him. Not the kid living like him, because she kept on saying that, you know, I want him to live like his father. But I'm on board with Felicia. If you want all that for him, let him go with his other siblings. And it's his father. $35,000 a day, $50,000 tomorrow. When it's going to stop? If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Oh my gosh.
She got pregnant, they got married. So, you know, this is bull. No, you ain't entitled to all that. You was living like that because you was on Basketball Wives, you had that money. It's not your ex-husband's fault that you don't have a job on Basketball Wives. That's it.
Katrina?
Yeah, Diva, I'm gonna have to use my good old friend Felicia statement. She's for the streets. You with Colin Kaepernick. That didn't work out. You married Kevin Gates. You got married in April and divorced in May. That didn't work out. You messed around with Snoop Dogg. That didn't work out. Now you circle back and trying to get money from the baby's father. And as Wayne said, and everybody said, you moved to California. You didn't move to California just to be in California. You moved down there for a job. So I feel like since the job has ended, you probably need to go back home if you can't afford it. And as we said, it was nothing that he don't spend no time with his child. He don't do this. He don't do that. She's saying that the girlfriend got Birkins and
The
she's
wife.
living in a
The wife.
mansion.
The wife.
The wife, sorry, Diva. The wife got Birkins. She's living in a mansion. She's driving fancy cars. So, baby, you didn't do what it needed to be done to stay the wife, because obviously he had moved to another wife. So if you doing what you supposed to be doing, instead of going out there buying Birkins and cars and whatsoever, you should have been putting the money in the bank, because you know how these athletes are. They with one today and then with a 3 more tomorrow. And if you didn't stack your money up from being with all these people that had money, then you is a fool. And your child probably don't need to be with you no way, because you fake saying you a Muslim, and then you set up this girl is full of crap. And Felicia say she for the streets. She have did all this stuff, and you got how much money in the bank? So you making this money from the show, and you got nothing? This is what you got? So he wasn't helping you while you was in California? He wasn't giving you saying $5,000 a month. He wasn't helping you at all. That's it? Girl, you played yourself. You honestly played yourself. You with all these big time people. You ain't got nothing to show for it other than a child that you want to be in the house in fancy cars. And then what? The little boy can't keep no Birkin. He can't wear no Birkin. You talking about Birkin. You talking about the stuff that you want. It ain't what this child want. It's the stuff that you want. Because a child can go to school in Target pants. He can go to school in Kohl's pants. He can go to school in Dillard's. He can go to school in Macy's. So you talking about they got all these clothes and whatsoever. Yes, I know you probably want the same thing for your child, but if you're not getting it, you make do what you have to make do with. And I mean, because it's all materialistic anyway. They gonna grow out of that mess anyway. So you should have been stacking up your money instead of stacking up whatever you was doing. And now you wouldn't be out here asking for $35,000 a month. You better hope you don't get a lawyer like 50 Cent had. Instead of his baby mama getting more money, the judge reduced it. So she better sit down and be quiet with that little 5,000. And maybe if she talked to him and tell him, look, we could have settled this out of court. Why didn't you just tell me what my son need and whatsoever? But they don't do it that way. So we'll see how this goes. But that's all I got.
Thank you. I think her real issue is she wants that life. She wants that life of living in a house, being a wife, having these designer clothes, having the money. Because you count in his current wife's Birkin bags, they live in a 7,000 square foot home, all this and all of that. If you can't afford California, because you talking about the area you live in, and he deserves to live in this area and all this other kind of stuff. If you don't get a check while you're not on Basketball Wives, and you can't afford California when you're not on Basketball Wives, then you need to have your home and figure it out when it comes to school and your kid. You need to keep your home in a state where you can afford it. With this $5,500, are you going to have to find a way to get your hustle on? So when that Basketball Wives check in, the other one begins. Do you? I mean, if his salary's higher in comparison to yours, because I don't know if every state does it the same when they calculate how much child support you're supposed to get, but usually it's a percentage. They take a percentage of the dad's income, a percentage of the mother's income. They do a mathematical problem and they say, okay, if the kid is going to be with the one person for 90% of the time, 100% of the time, then they are due this much. She probably is due more money. Where she got the $35,000 from, maybe she is right with the mathematics. But where I think she went wrong is by saying all of this other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the child support. What does it matter what his wife is doing with her husband and her kids and showing her lifestyle online? That ain't got nothing to do with you. You should have kept it clean and kept it simple to say that based upon my salary and his current salary, I'm coming back to the courts and I'm asking for additional child support. And this is the reason why, because I want my kid to go to XYZ school or whatever the case may be. Her throwing in all the extras, it was not necessary. Sometimes people stab themselves in their own foot. It's showing straight up jealousy. You mad because you're not the wife. That wife can show her lifestyle. What do that got to do with you? But listen, guys, like I said, the title was called Decisions. These are the decisions that you make. And when she decided to go to California, what she should have said to him too was, it's going to be more expensive out there. I'm taking him out there because I'm going to go do this job. She knows how these reality shows work. You ain't going to get paid year round. It's not like you're going to work for a corporate company and you're getting a salary that's year round. She should have said, will you be willing to give me additional money because I'm going to go to California. I'm doing this job, yada, yada, who. She got to handle her business better because she got a kid. 48, you want to speak on this real quick before I close out?
No, ma'am.
Okay, sounds good. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, do the diva a favor. Hit the like button on the way out. It was Wednesday night trending topics, and people, listen. The decisions you make is going to impact your life, and especially if you have children, it's going to impact their life also. So be careful and choose and wisely when you're making your decisions. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo.